your two dad show. Ooh, JJ and Deacon, they're the ones in the know. Subscribe quick, the Squid Monster's on the way. Inspire with us, tomorrow's news today. Tomorrow, yeah.
News like Fani Willis totally failed. She has been disqualified. Diddy did it, and it looks like where's the button? I lost the button. Looks like the president of Iran had a little crash, so that's not good. And he may have left us. Come on, Rumble or Restream. I mean, there, at least get that part right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the show. I'm JJ. That's Deacon. We are your internet dads. We meet Monday through Friday to I've brain retraining happening right now. We meet Monday through Friday to drink coffee and talk ish about the news and talk about media, talk about whatever's going on. Just start your day off with some sunshine. Sunshine and some dads.
I bet you I will be better at saying the new name than you will be, because
of course you will.
That is a radio thing. I have worked at many radio stations over the years. Let me tell you a tip. Let me tell you a trick. Okay.
I need some tricks.
This is a professional tip on what you're going to have go through for about 2 months. It might not take that long.
May not.
You need to write up verbatim everything that you say at the beginning that's new. And when you say it, you need to look and read it every time. And I know we're on camera and we're not on the radio, but you need to write it down and have it in front of you right now. As soon as the show's over, you need to write that down, that's how I do every time. I've said the wrong radio station before because you get into that autopilot. It's autopilot in your head.
Yeah.
Oh, what's up, dude?
I've been living with it in my brain for days because I think it's a good idea.
So we're going we'll just tell everybody what's up. We're working on changing the name if you're having trouble finding us, because that was the problem. You couldn't find us. YouTube was shadow banning us. YouTube was, I honestly believe YouTube was shadow banning us.
I don't know.
Dude, I could type in your two dads JJW and still couldn't find you on my YouTube. So
that's a good point.
So we're changing the names. If you're looking for it, it's the Internet Dad Show, because we started off as your two dads, me and JJ, but Sinister is one of our dads too, and I love when he is able to come on the show, and he's starting to get on the show more. So we wanted to, show a little respect for him and everybody else. Because if you're an internet dad and you're like, dude, I will talk to you on the show, send us a message. That's all you have to do.
It's literally the application to get on the show is very low.
Are you a dad?
Do you have a mic?
Do you have a mic?
Have you ever fathered a human being?
You don't even have to be a female to be or a male to be a dad. Are you a female? Yeah. Come on the show. Absolutely.
You know what? I would be super interested in the opinions of some female dads. If you're out there.
There are dad moms and there are mom dads. Absolutely. It doesn't mean that they're like butch or anything like that.
Morning, Dave.
There's moms that has to teach dad stuff. Are you a mom that ever taught your kid how to drive? That's a dad thing.
Right. Dave, good morning. Good morning. Dave's here, at least in chat. Dave, I know that your schedule is whatever your schedule is, but if you're free, you're welcome to join us.
Yeah.
Just holler and I'll drop a link. All right. So we got a lot of stuff to talk about. We had a bunch of news over the weekend, and it was an extra long weekend because I was super irresponsible as a show host, and I just went on vacation with my wife. And
you're right. Yeah, it's super irresponsible. Before we start the show, I'm going to talk about something significant in my life over the weekend.
Okay.
My oldest daughter, who is she's step. She's not my blood daughter, but she's my daughter. I've raised her since she was a little girl. I've always been there, and she turned 19 Friday, and she graduated from high school on Friday as well.
Oh, my Lord.
So that's my pretty little girl.
Oh, she's graduated.
Yeah.
Now, finally, the race can start. 18 years to get ready, and now...
Well, she's 19. She just turned 19.
Yeah. 18 years is 12. I guess it's 12 years of school. Ignore the math.
So it was super sad.
She's graduated. So
Mm.
a lot of times they take the little summer, and like, hey, yeah, I'm out of school, and then
She
it's like
wants
on.
she wants to be a music teacher. She wants to teach
Tone.
music. Okay.
Okay.
And unfortunately, her music teacher these past years has is our age, and he's burnt out, and he's got 3 years to go before he retires. So
Yeah.
he's on the downhill slope, and he ruined music. He took her love for music and took it down like 3 notches. I've been so pissed at this guy, but I can't say anything because my son's still in band, and he will retaliate against my son in certain ways. So I keep my mouth shut. But he has ruined music for her. Her passion, it's still there, but I can tell that it's gone. So she is going to take a year off. She wants to take a year off. And I said, Kendra, all those people that say you take a year off and you'll never go back. She said, they've already been saying that to me. I said, they said the same shit to me in 1995. Okay. And it doesn't mean anything. It's dependent on the person. So if somebody
who's in
says
charge of your reality,
that's exactly
you
right.
are.
You know who's in charge of your reality. You are. So don't listen to all those other people.
Yeah.
So she's going to but she wants to teach music. That's what she wants to. She didn't have a music program. She went to a private school, and then when we got together, we moved to this public school, my old school, and she had a music program, and she loves music, and it just flourished in her. She was on the track team. She was on the swim team. She was trying to find her place in school, and she found it with the band, and she wants to teach others music. So go, Kendra. I love you.
That's awesome.
She's never even seen the show.
Congratulations to her. Yeah, no, she doesn't need to watch.
She doesn't even know I have a show, probably.
Yeah. You do radio? What?
No, she does. She knows I have the show. She was a big fan of our podcast. She was like she didn't listen, but she was like,
okay.
We got a very popular podcast.
All right. We got this here.
Hello, everyone.
I think I can. There. Good morning. Good morning. Okay.
Glad to see you in here this morning.
Let me tell this thing to upload, and then we'll switch over to that in a minute.
I just want to point out for our new viewers that have come in this morning, if you're looking for a professional show, you just might want to click the next button because this is not a professional,
most professional internet dad show that you're gonna find on the internet anywhere. No, hey, listen, I got a graduation related story, sir. If you would like to, there was an announcement from Thomas University here. Yeah, and I wanted to throw this up here and get your reactions here. Here we go.
Okay. All right.
Now, Restream always messes our faces up and hides us. Here we go. Thomas University. Go.
Thomas Jefferson University is apologizing for one of its graduation ceremonies. During the commencement yesterday, several names were dramatically mispronounced.
Alisuna Cole Bishop. Sayer Uvun Jinju Brinun. Maybe Lee Zubeth Brataski. Mylena Zubeth Camp.
She's
Tamulme.
No.
Thomas.
Lady.
So we've got 400 graduates. Who do you think we should
no, stop. Hold on. This is the
just come over to America. Should we get her?
Listen, look, this is the best one. Right here. This one.
Okay. Tamulme.
It's Thomas. Yeah. Take note of the university that she is reading from. It is Thomas Jefferson University. College education, ladies and gentlemen. College education.
And of course, when you put that up over the weekend, you had to put that Key and Peele sketch, man.
Oh, yes.
Oh, dude, that's the funniest. I've seen that a million times. I had to watch it again. He's like, Balake? Is there a Balake here? He's like, you mean Blake?
My wife and I were running around Lake Charles and we had listened to that story. And then I was like, oh my God, this reminds me of this. And then I was playing this. And my wife and I were driving around looking at street names and was like, is that Saleh Street? And I was like, Sale? Are you talking about Sale Street right there? The whole town. We were just making fun of this whole place. If you guys
Dude,
haven't seen, we're not going to play the whole thing, but this is pretty funny. If you guys
Where's
have
Jay
never
Quellen
seen
at?
this.
Jay
No Jay
Quellen.
Quellen here?
Where's Jay Quellen?
Yeah.
Do you mean Jacqueline?
Okay. So that's how it's gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all
Hey,
want
Aaron. Where's Aaron at?
Oh my God,
Do you-
Aaron
do
is
you know
hilarious.
Do you know any person named Aaron? Do you know?
Oh yeah, sure.
Do you call
Yeah,
them
with two A's.
Aaron or Aaron?
No.
we do. One of our announcers, one of our basketball announcers, is named Aaron Clayton, and I call him Aaron. I call him Aaron on the air. Aaron.
Hey, Aaron.
Dude,
That's just
Kentucky
as good
is
as
really
Joey.
bad. Joey, that's your.
That's me.
Kentucky is just as bad because in Western Kentucky, Southern Illinois, Southeast Missouri, we have a lot of Egyptian named towns, but they're not Egyptian names. It's not Cairo or it's not Cairo. It's Cairo.
Is
And
it?
then- yeah. New Madrid instead of New Madrid. Versailles in Kentucky is called Versailles. We call it Versailles, Kentucky. If somebody calls it
Versailles,
Versailles,
Kentucky.
if somebody looks at it and you say it looks like Versailles and it's
Yeah.
Versailles. So Kentucky's like that. So y'all come on down.
All right. We got our new decor up. All right. So that's graduation news. The Key and Peele skit is hilarious. Okay. All right. So we had some interesting news over the weekend.
Real quick, what's one short, not a JJ long explanation, a short piece of advice that you would give to a graduating senior in 2024? One piece of advice, you as a 40, whatever, middle 40, 46. There's Joey. What's up, Joey?
I'll give you the same advice I'll give anybody. Don't take on any debt. No debt.
That's a good one.
No debt. Stay out of debt. Oh, I'm going to go to college, but I'm going to get into a lot of debt. That's the stupidest thing you can do. You barely need college. You know, I tell you what, if you are a person who is going to be successful and are a self-motivated person, you can go out there and create opportunities, college or not. Now, if you want to go to college and get an education, but don't go into debt for it. Don't get a $160,000 degree in basket weaving or interpretive gender dance or some dumb stuff. And if you're going to go to college, you need to get a degree in some sort of a science, some sort of an engineering degree, some sort of a trade that you can apply, something that is, anyway, stay out of debt. That's my.
The only piece of advice that I would give young people that are graduating is kind of a weird one, I guess. It doesn't have anything to do with, but it does. You in your life are going to experience things that you call mistakes. What in the world?
Yes.
Down there at the
I'm
bottom?
sorry. I was seeing if I can make it look better. I can't.
Oh.
Anyway,
you're going to encounter these things that you call mistakes in your life. Okay. But there are no such thing as mistakes. There are actions and there are reactions. And so a thing that you may call a mistake that you made in your 20s, in your 40s, you will realize that that was not a mistake. That was a grand plan that had to happen. So don't get yourself so down on certain things in your life because things have to happen for a reason. I've said this before. We go through our life in first person video game mode. The whatever up there that you want to call it is got the mini map on the screen and they're watching you in third person and they can see way up ahead. So trust that and realize that it's not a mistake. It's a choice. And for every choice, for every action, there's a reaction. Okay. And you don't know. And for that reaction, there's going to be another reaction. And once you get down the branch and then you look from the leaf all the way back down to the root, you see why that had to happen. So don't get so down on yourself when things that you perceive are bad and that are bad.
Well, okay.
happen.
But that doesn't, okay. So I'm going to say the consequences of your actions there can be good consequences, even though you're experiencing bad consequences. We agree on that.
Absolutely.
That does not mean that you are free then to just make arbitrary bad choices and feel okay about it.
That's exactly right.
You need to weigh the consequences of the choices you're going to make and make good choices. You are, ladies and gentlemen, your dads are telling you, you're responsible to make good choices.
I tell Alex all the time, we'll be in the car, he's going to his girlfriend's house or he's going to his buddy's house or something, and he's like, I'll go. What's your phone on? There's a series of questions. What's your phone on? And he'll go, 26%. And I'll look at him. Did you bring your charger? No. Son, plan ahead. Just think 2 steps ahead. I don't want you to think 28 steps ahead like your stupid old dad does all the time. Think 2. Just 2 steps ahead.
Just
Just one.
Some. Your plans should not have one bullet point.
That's right.
All right. Hey, here's now let's talk about some other important news, some very important news, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. Normally we would do politics and then other stuff. We got a lot of stuff to talk about today. And I figure that this is something that you may have an opinion on. So ask yourself, is Diddy a good guy or a bad guy?
No, Diddy's a terrible person. I've had a theory about Diddy for about 20 years. And my theory is just now coming true.
This theory is not refuted by evidence currently
I always
available.
used to tell, and if folks don't know, if they're just now watching, I'm a 30-year radio DJ. I study music history. I know this crap like the back of my hand. I have said for years that I was like, who made the most success off of Notorious B.I.G. dying? Who was it? Nobody even knew who that was. Sean Combs. I mean, not the general public. You just knew that, oh yeah, that
was his partner and his buddy though, wasn't it?
Dude, it gets so much deeper. I would have to put on my tinfoil hat and you would be like, you're crazy. But all of these things that I've been seeing and reading and watching now, all these old music industry professionals from the rap game are on these podcasts, these no-name podcasts that you've never heard of before. And they talk about this stuff. And these guys are not, they're just like, look, you need to realize that most of the record executives, during that time had a large portion of stakes in prisons across America. He said, once you realize that, you will realize exactly how the music was, so you can I could get into a very long whole podcast talking about this. But Diddy, I always said there's one person that made the most off of Notorious B.I.G. passing away.
Right.
And that was Sean Combs.
So there have been, in recent history, recent news, I'm going to say 3, 4, 5 weeks ago, since it has begun to crop up that P. Diddy or Puffy or Sean Combs or whatever you want to call him is basically like an Epstein light type character.
Right.
That is a person who has been perhaps compromised by intelligence services, has been running some of these illicit islands type things or something like that. Now, I don't have any evidence of that. I don't know that anybody has any evidence of that. But what we see right now is a 8-year-old story that is suddenly video has manifested and somebody's being taken off the board. Somebody is being taken off the board. So let's show this. A video from 2016 has emerged. A video that that I believe something like $50,000 was paid to keep this video silent for years. A video has emerged. Here we go. Look at this. Now, there's some volume here. I'm going to have to adjust the volume.
His then girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, in a hallway at a Los Angeles hotel in March 2016.
Look at the anger.
Hold on. Look,
his then girlfriend, Cassie
throws her to the
Ventura,
floor,
in a hallway
hits
at a
her
Los
in the
Angeles
head,
hotel in March 2016.
grabs the stuff, and then
a lawsuit
drags her
filed by
back to the
Ventura
room.
in November last year and settled the next day referenced actions that seem to match those seen in this video.
So there is
no audio.
This is
according to the complaint.
Yeah,
this is a great example of how in America we over the past 50 or 60 years have given nothing but admiration and praise and money to these people. Okay. And these people think that they can do whatever the crap that they want. And they have, many of them have gotten away with murder and all of that crap. Look at all the different celebrities that have killed somebody in driving accidents since we have been alive that have gotten off from the charges.
Yeah.
This is a narcissistic, entitled person that she stood up to him and he beat the crap out of her. And that tells a lot about a person. I mean, look at the anger and the rage that was coming out.
I mean, dude, look at this. He straight kicks her in the face. And she must be like, down for a second. Boom, kicked her right in the head. This guy. Now, of course, what is going on now is Sean Diddy is doing the standard apology tour. That's what you do. You get out there. I made some mistakes. I'm sorry. And you wait for this to wash out in the news. I think that perhaps. I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, what do you guys think about Diddy? Is he being flushed out on this to get washed out on charges that are beyond the statute of limitations? Okay, assault and battery, but it's been 8 years. It's beyond the statute of limitations. Cassie Ventura got, I don't know, got a payout. She got
how long ago was the Stormy Daniels thing?
Well, look, they did like, yeah. That was 2006.
Well, let me tell you, to be honest, what I think and what most people probably feel about this story is we don't care. And I don't listen to Sean Puff Daddy Combs's music.
Right.
And I did back in the day a couple of times, but I don't think I ever bought anything. I really liked him, P. Diddy at the time, Puffy, whatever his name was at the time. He was finding new rappers and stuff and trying to elevate them at the time, like they did back in the late 90s, early 2000s. And he had Mace. Do you remember Mace? M-A-S-E, Mace. He was, they call it now. My son tells me now that that's a style of rap called mumble rapping. That they're just like, it's called mumble rapping. But Mace was the first freaking mumble rapper then. Because he was on those songs and he went up, and he wasn't so much like it is now, but I really dug Mace. I had one of his albums. I think I bought a Mace album, but I never, and I don't think anybody cares. I think we would like to see some justice.
I think this is Diddy's reputation being washed out, and so that he can get flushed, so that the other crimes,
somebody else can step up on this. Somebody can knock off the king.
The other crimes can get moved off the board, and then we no longer think of Diddy as a power player in any way.
This is all that we're trying to destroy the king so that we can seize his lands. Because the king has a lot of assets and we want to divvy them up. The king has too much assets.
This guy ain't a king. He's just another bishop. He's just another bishop.
You're exactly right. He's just another bishop. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, hold on. No, No, listen. I'm sorry. Diddy's got an apology. He's doing the apology tour.
Okay. All right. That's cool.
It's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life. Sometimes you got to do that. I was fucked up. I mean, I hit rock bottom. But I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video.
Right, for sure. After you get caught, take full responsibility.
Right there.
I was disgusted then when I did it.
Oh,
keep going. I'm looking at stuff.
I went and I sought out professional help. I've been going to therapy. I'm going to rehab. Had to ask God for his mercy and grace. I'm so sorry. But I'm committed to be a better man each and every day.
Yeah, the rest
I'm
of
not asking for forgiveness.
I've seen 4.5 lies, and you could tell it.
So?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a good liar. I'm a really good liar, And I mean, I'm 47 years old.
Got
I
some
have to look
cues.
back at my life and look at some of the shit that I did and some of the bad stuff that I did in my life and realize, man, I was lying out my ass and I got away with it. I've always been
Yeah.
told I got a silver tongue. And I have to realize that, man. So now I watch what I would do if I was lying.
So I see
he-
cue marks. I mean, this here, I'm going to quiet it down and then we can like, okay, so you can call it out.
Number
Okay.
one is pause it. Number one is I have trouble looking at people in the eye as
Yeah.
most people do. But
Yeah.
when I was lying, I would stare you down cold. Not cold, but I would
Really?
make sure that I had
Eye
complete
contact.
eye contact with you the whole time so that you knew that I wasn't lying, because that's the
Okay.
thing. But when my eyes flutter, and I always got in trouble in school because they're like, Andy, are you listening? And I'm like, I'm listening to every word you're saying. They're like, well, you're not looking or you're doodling. And I'm like, I know, that's how I listen. You know,
Right.
And it took people years. They're like, you're not paying attention. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm listening to every word you're saying. I just have trouble making eye contact with people. He's
Yeah.
keeping a straight eye contact, and he keeps looking to the same spot to the side, and then he keeps looking down. And most and all those things will tell you, people looking up, looking down, you know, look certain ways and remember this, and they're going off memories. And he's not. He's lying. He's coming up with this crap. He's probably rehearsed this script in his head with bullet points. I don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
This ain't the first take.
I'm going to give some you people something in radio and television that you probably don't realize. Most people don't have a verbatim script like this.
Yeah.
This is a contractor for the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet plans to close ramp. You know, you can tell when people are reading verbatim. I don't do that. I type bullet points. Contractor, Highway 68, 8 to 10, blah, blah, blah. So that way, when I have to repeat this same information 50 freaking times today, it's not the same robotic blah, 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 blah every time. It's the same information, but it's different every single time. That's what he's done. He's made bullet points on what he has to do. He's looking off to the side and he's trying to remember what the next bullet point is so that he can say it not like it's a speech, but like it's coming from the heart. That's how I get away with a lot of my crap. I've had my brother be like, how do you remember some of that music stuff? I'm like, I don't remember it. I'm reading it. But I'm telling it to you over the radio like I'm remembering it. I'll add I'll add something like I think it was 1982 or 1983. When it says 1983 in front of me, I'm just going, I think it was 1982 or 1983.
So many years ago, this is kind of similar to what you're saying. Many years ago, I was in a non-voluntary therapy session.
Okay. Court order.
And yeah, you could say that. And and part of this therapy session was just kind of like tools about, you know, working on yourself.
How does that
One of them one of them was about like how people are deceptive. All right. There's different kinds of people. There are people, but it's not just about being deceptive, but this is how you access memory. Now, it's different if you're right hand dominant versus left hand, because you know your right hand is tied to your left side of your brain and your left hand is tied to your right side of your brain. So there's an inversion there. Okay. So now it's not universal for everybody, but guys, this is useful information. Trust me. If you are right-handed, so you can usually check, are they wearing a watch on their non-dominant hand? Check. You can check that. You can watch people write their names. Then you can ask them a couple simple questions that they wouldn't lie about, and you can get, you can tune in on when they're being honest. Like, hey, what's your name? How old are you?
Pitch them a pencil. Hey, here's a pencil.
Yeah, you could. Here. Okay, you could do things like that. So you can establish the dominance, right-left dominance. Now, for most people, when they are accessing true information, their eyes. Some people it's subtle.
Go up.
Some people stare you straight all the time. But most people, when they're accessing true information, they look to their right-handed people look to their right side. You're like, oh, because you're looking for details, right? Like, for instance, right now, hold on, watch right now, Deacon. Imagine you're standing in front of your refrigerator at home. Open your refrigerator door. Yeah, so a lot of people will reach out and grab, but you just saw Deacon's eyes. You just saw Deacon's eyes tilt up to one side of his head.
So, and one thing that I watch, I like this kind of stuff too for years, and I know about me and my memory, and I have a very good memory, and my eyes go like this when I'm thinking about something. I start at the top or in the middle, and I'm like, it's like I'm reading the page. So if you ask me, and I'm sitting, I'll do it on the show sometimes if you'll catch it, but I'll be sitting here thinking about something. You'll see my eyes start. They just kind of go like I'm reading a page, and I'm accessing that memory in my head. So,
yeah. Now, if people are telling a lie, they have to access like a creative center. It's like, oh, I got it. Now, the difficulty becomes when a person tells a lie so many times that they're accessing memory of a lie.
Exactly.
So
you can do that. You can tell a lie so many times that it becomes in your brain the truth.
Yeah.
In your brain, it's now the truth.
Yeah, for sure. So anyway, that's how you can detect if people are lying
Diddy's
or not.
lying.
Anyway, Diddy's over here looking to the sides every once in a while when he's after some information.
I don't
see him. Look at him right over there. Oh, is there a cue card over there, or is that where your bullshit information is at?
To be honest, as a presenter, if I was on the camera, I wouldn't do that. I would put a card here. I would put a card there. I would put a card there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, he could be looking at a little. I have little note cards. I have little pages like this.
Diddy
I
is
just write little and just stick right here so that when I'm talking on the air, I can look down.
You don't get to kick a woman in the face on camera and get over it. So apology tour ain't gonna work.
All right, what else we got? We've talked a lot.
We got so many more. Yeah, we got some more information. Okay,
for tomorrow.
No. Are we running out of time? Okay. All right. This is big news, political news, ladies and gentlemen. This is as of Friday. Kyle Becker reported that Fani Willis, the appeal, the Georgia Court of Appeals approved Donald Trump's appeal to disqualify Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis and her office from the entire case.
Wow, okay.
The entire office is disqualified. Now, that doesn't mean that state of Georgia can't reassign the case to a different DA, but we've all seen that this is a nuclear meltdown mess. She's totally conflicted. You've been using state money to go on vacations with her boyfriends or whatever boyfriend.
So this is good because the same thing is fixing to implode in New York, in my opinion, because all this stuff is falling through. And people are starting to see this judge had it out. This judge's daughter made like $93 million off the fact that her dad was they donated money to all.
Juan Merchan's daughter. So that's a different case, but yeah, you're right. Juan Merchan's daughter runs a place called I
can't think of the name
Authentic.
of it now.
It's Authentic Campaigns. Authentic Campaigns. It's her little group. And she's raised a ton of money for Democrats based on the fact
over $93 million she's raised off of her father prosecuting Donald Trump from donations.
One of the prosecutors in Trump's impeachment, Dan Goldman, that guy sent money to her house, not her Authentic Campaign's office. He sent it to her house and committed an FEC violation by labeling it Authentic Campaign rather than Authentic Campaigns. So Dan Goldman was sending Juan Merchan's daughter money and mislabeling it so that whenever you do an FEC record search and you're like, oh, let me see all the donations for Authentic Campaigns. Well, if it's Authentic Campaign, no S, that's got a different label, doesn't come up in the search results. So, the pay for play scheme here is definitely happening. And Juan Merchan's totally conflicted. He should not be presiding over this election, but he thinks he's square.
All right, JJ, I got a political one here for you.
Okay.
Into whatever else you had.
I got one more related to New York. You mentioned New York. Can I play this? Got a video from outside of Trump's New York courtroom last week. There was an artist, Scott Libido, and he had an artistic, what do you call it? A demonstration or installation or whatever, right outside the hotel. I mean, right outside the courthouse. So let me play this if you don't mind, and then we will move right along. So here is the oh.
I still see Fani.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Here we go. Here we go.
Pics on the courthouse. Look at this.
Oh,
I love.
Are they? What are we celebrating?
Oh my God,
It's
perfect
balloons. That's balloons. Oh, here's one.
Dude,
Wow!
I've never been closer.
Holy!
Oh, shit.
It came right at his camera. That was great.
Whose face is over? Somebody's face is over.
So you got faces of Judge Engeron, Judge Juan Merchan, you got Fani Willis, you got Alvin Bragg.
Oh, that's funny.
Just a bunch of dicks. All right. This is how you win the war, ladies and gentlemen. This is how you win the war.
Balloons. Hey,
All right.
this is honestly how you win the war. All right?
Mhm.
Watch this, JJ.
Okay. All right. You got me.
This was in
Oh.
Congress recently. You know who that is? That's
Oh,
Miss
yes.
Green.
I recognize that bleach blonde hair.
Miss
MTG.
Green and Miss Ocasio-Cortez, or whatever her name is, were in a slight disagreement. Did you see this?
Uh-huh. Yeah. And Miss Crockett. I don't know if you got Miss Crockett was in there, but go ahead. Play
All
it.
right, here we go.
Okay. Miss Green agrees to strike her words.
I believe she
Chair
should apologize.
recognizes
No, no,
Mr.
no.
Perry. Okay, hold on. Then after Mr. Perry's going to be recognized, then Miss Green.
I'm not
has 4 minutes and
apologizing.
21
Well,
seconds.
then
Okay,
you're not
reserve the right to
striking your
object.
words.
I
am
Mr.
not
Perry.
apologizing.
Now let's go. Come on, guys.
Why don't you debate me?
Mr. Chairman, the minority.
pretty
No,
self-evident.
Chair you're not.
Yeah, you're
out
not.
of order.
You don't have enough
You're out of order.
intelligence.
Chair recognizes Mr. Perry.
Okay, move to strike
I'd like to
I
strike
move to
those
strike the
words
lady's
as well.
words.
I would like to strike
The
those
lady's
as well.
words again.
That's 2 requests to strike. That's 2 requests to strike. Oh, they cannot take the
There's
words.
another motion to strike her words again. Please
All right.
get
Okay.
your members under
Here's the
control.
correct apology. Miss Green, do you agree to unanimous consent to strike your words?
I repeat again for the second time. Yes, I'll
All
strike
right.
my words,
That-
but I'm not
all right.
apologizing.
Without objection. Without
Not
objection.
apologizing.
Chair
Reserving the right
recognize-
to-
Okay.
Poor James. I like James.
apologize.
How dare you?
Here's
How dare you
meeting will
attack the
suspend,
physical
meeting will
appearance of another
suspend.
person?
Are your
Move
feelings
her
hurt?
word down.
Aw.
Oh,
Pause
your
it.
feelings hurt.
So what happened was Miss Crockett said something or whatever, and Marjorie Taylor Greene said something about Miss Crockett's fake eyelashes. And then Miss Crockett Miss Crockett is African American, so she interpreted the fake eyelashes comment as something somehow racist, but racism. Oh no. Yeah, it wasn't racist. You guys
Only
just,
black
I mean,
people
this
have
is,
fake eyelashes.
I love it when the curtain comes down and you can see like, oh, you guys are all pretending all the time. There's no civility. This is not the most.
You're exactly right. That's what I was going to say. This is 2 high school girls fighting in the bathroom.
Yes.
This is all this is. And to be honest, I really wish they would like open up the center floor there and let Marjorie and
come
whatever
on, duke it out.
let them fight.
You know, AOC can't take a punch or throw one either.
Mm-hmm.
But I bet Miss Green can. I will bet you that. I mean, you know, she I obviously probably can't fight a man, right? But she could probably. I'd put money on Green putting AOC on the floor.
Let's talk to Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Let's get them at WrestleMania, the next WrestleMania. AOC and MTG.
Let's close
AOC
the revolving door of.
You can see that on the banner of WrestleMania. AOC, MTG. They come out. They've got their own theme music. They come.
Yeah.
Dude, that everyone would watch.
You got AOC with the socialist stare, and in the promo fight. I want all your money. That's all right.
Okay, let's go.
Get Diddy off my screen. Get out of here.
I don't think I put
By
anything else.
Fani.
Oh, I did too. I put one more story in.
What's this here?
Are we going to talk about the
Get rid of
helicopter
that.
crash?
Yeah, I think we should
really
because I
don't
was watching
care.
this yesterday. I know you don't, but and I don't. First of all, okay, let's just do this.
I'm more
Yesterday
concerned
morning,
that the helicopter like killed a bunch of plants and a tree and maybe some
yeah.
animals. I'm more concerned for the animals and the plants that died in this
All
helicopter
right,
crash.
so okay. Yesterday morning, while I was in church, I see this breaking news: the helicopter carrying the president of Iran was disappeared into the fog, and they thought perhaps there was a crash. They don't know it. Then they sent out like I think a search and rescue team. A search and rescue team crashed, I believe. So then it was way too foggy. Yeah, I think so. I don't know if, but definitely I had some sort of an incident. Way too foggy to operate. So they had to go out on foot. Turkey sent in drones that were just flying around taking photos of clouds because they can't see anything because there's so much
Did they
fog.
get them? I don't care.
I
Did they
believe
find
that.
them?
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe that the final here's the final result. Here we go. The butcher of Tehran, President Raisi, killed in a helicopter crash. So they found the helicopter crash there. They found the crash site. This is sad. Now, I want to say this. Like, obviously, Iran is an opponent country, opposition country. But I saw people out there like cheering and hooting and stuff like, oh, ha, ha, the president of Iran's dead or whatever. That's not good for anybody. Okay. And that's a bad guy. He probably was brutal. None of our business. He was brutal to his, he's not even in charge of Iran. He's just an elected. If you look at the chart of the leadership of Iran, it's like presidents like down here. There's all these councils that are appointed by the supreme leader or whatever. But being morbid and cheerful about the death of somebody is not good. So
yeah, you shouldn't. Well, I don't know. I would probably cheer. I don't know, to be honest. I don't want to be that way. I know I'm not supposed to be that way, but
yeah.
If certain people were to pass away, I wouldn't be sad.
I just want us to stay out of other people's business, and you know what I mean? That's all I want.
Good luck with that.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, so that's happened. That was worth mentioning. There was this other story that came up. I am not going to play the video of this. I am going to say this, ladies and gentlemen. You have a right, if you're an adult and a citizen of the United States of America, you have a right to bear arms. You are allowed to own firearms and weapons, and you have a responsibility to be safe with it. And making TikTok videos and bragging about your gun or whatever, not smart. 17-year-old rapper accidentally shoots himself fatally while filming a TikTok video.
That's not the first ones of these that I've seen where these kids accidentally.
They got the first thing I thought was like, this kid had no father figure. Nobody told him.
Exactly right. He did not have a father figure to teach him about gun safety. That every one of my children know. And my son has his orange card, which is a hunter's safety card for those that don't know what an orange card is. And most people it's not required anymore, but most hunters have their hunter's safety card or have passed. I did.
Yeah.
It was a 3-day course.
I saw an unrelated video of yesterday. It was like a 10-second clip. A guy in a range with the handgun, right? Mm-hmm. Holding a handgun in the range. And he had some magazine in there, had his hands off the trigger, pulled back the slide to put one in the barrel, malfunction, gun, bang, 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 bang. And the guy is just freaking out. He's got his hands off the trigger. He's holding the gun, but it's just going off.
Yep.
Weapons have the reason you're careful is because something can go wrong. So anyway, I'm very sad that this.
Let me just say this, and I've said this when we've talked about this many times. You probably know after I start saying it, you'll be like, yes, you've said this before. My father taught me and my brother this. If my dad said this to us once, he has said it 1,000,000 times to us. He would say, son, Do not point that gun at anything that you do not intend to destroy.
Yep.
I don't want to catch you. If he would have caught me using the scope just as a scope to look around, he would have beat me with the gun. That he always said that. You could call my brother right now and see, he will say, don't point the gun at anything you don't intend to destroy. I was like, yeah, that's exactly what my father preached to us. Do not point that gun at anything that you do not intend to destroy. And speaking of guns, destroying things, JJ.
Yes.
Oh, it didn't go as smoothly as I was wanting
to. Beep, bop, boop. This is AI News.
So, you like that, didn't you? That was unexpected for JJ. JJ, your dream has come true.
Oh?
China is now showing off their army of robot dogs armed with machine guns. And you see the sub headline? That's the best sub headline ever.
Dog gun it. Oh boy, a dad wrote that. Dad wrote that.
The terrifying gun-toting robots were a part of a massive 15-day military exercise called Golden Dragon. That's ominous. In a remote training center in central Cambodia. During the drill, journalists watched as the staff took the robo-dogs for a walk, but reportedly never fired the machine guns strapped to their backs. I was kind of hoping that there would be a video, but there's not.
Man. Well, okay, so do these have AI though? Or are these being remote controlled by?
Dude, it's China. What do you answer? Do you need to ask? And now think about that and ask that question. See if you want to ask that question again.
I'm not sure.
China just put out another robot that's supposed to be a household robot that's supposed to be able to do every single thing in the house that the human should be able to do. That this robot is supposed to be able to do. Yes, I was just reading about that as well. So just letting you know that China is not only making DNA super soldiers, perfect Chinese humans, that they are making robotic AI dogs armed with machine guns. So
well, I see your
I don't know how to say friend in Chinese, but I need to learn that word.
I see your robo assault dog, and I raise you one surgery robot.
Yeah.
Listen, if you were in a situation where you needed to have emergency surgery, would you let a robot do it?
Yes.
Would you really? It might not be a bad idea, because I don't know of a human that can do this. Watch this. That's a robot and a kernel of corn. A kernel of corn. Watch this. I'm not playing the music. Okay, so it's cutting the skin with the little teeny tiny scissors. Look at that. It's stitching the skin of a kernel of corn.
Yeah.
That is
nice.
So
that's
small.
pretty cool.
I'm not letting a robot do that to me, though.
Well,
I don't know.
You are who you are, JJ, and I knew that you would answer the question. I straight up would.
I mean,
is there a chance for error? Is that what you're afraid of? A chance for error? Yeah, absolutely. But there is with the guy doing it to you as well. And you don't know how his life is, and you don't know if his wife just left him or if she's been cheating on him, and you don't know if he went up for that freaking promotion.
She yelled at him this morning because he didn't take out the trash.
He didn't get the surgery attending job when he got to work. He spilled his freaking coffee, but he's got a 14-hour freaking operation on your heart. So sure, let's just trust that guy. Or we could go with the AI robot.
No, you're right. There's a very high chance that the guy is going to be upset about something, and there's a very low.
I didn't make the top 5 in Marvel Contest of Champions.
Oh Lord, no, I don't want that guy being surgery at all.
No,
I'm not doing that at all. But there's a non-zero chance that the AI has been corrupted by
right.
It's hallucinating, but
there's a not zero chance of people as well.
Yeah, there's a larger percentage chance that the human is. I don't know.
And now the excuse back in the day with planes and stuff like that was you couldn't take away from human reaction and stuff like that. But with AI, that is very quickly becoming apparent that AI can react like humans can. So I'm telling you
All
again,
right.
people, if you're like, I don't want to do with AI, it's just scary and blah, 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 and I don't have anything to do with it. That is the wrong attitude to have, because the AI is like internet. The internet was not going anywhere. It is here to stay, and it changed everything about our world from 1990 to our world from 2000. Completely changed because of the internet, and AI is doing the exact same thing. All right,
That's true.
music, JJ. Last week,
Please.
since we had a short show, I stopped the music because I wanted to talk about we were doing my theme, so we'll keep it for this week. Is messages to our future.
Oh, okay.
So if you'll go over to right above JJ's head, if you will say the magic word alakazam, poof, and that happens.
Boom, magic.
It's magic. Magic. You will go over to Deke's playlist, and I try to educate you with music. Messages to our future. The first song last week was Mama Said by Pussifer, and then we had Change by Blind Melon. And then the third song that I didn't get to add last week was this is truly a message to our future, JJ, and you'll need to, I'm posting the lyrics so that you can read the lyrics as well.
Right.
But one of my favorite songs of all time, Anima by Tool. This song basically learn to swim. Some say the end is near, some say Armageddon soon. Certainly hope we will. Sure, yeah, I sure could use a vacation from this bull. And yeah, so go listen to Anima by Tool. That is your Deke's playlist song of the day. And I've got another one. Dave was like, you better add this one for messages to our future. Yes, Dave, I did not forget about you. That song is coming up this week as well.
All right. So at the end of the show, every single day, your internet dad's here. We end the show with hilarious jokes or some kind of a joke. Hey, by the way, on this Discord server, if you haven't already, I do want to say this. I have a feed in from my announcement channel, and every week we have free games that are out there available. Ooh. And there's an announcement channel on there. And I think the free game that is out there this week is Dragon Age Inquisition, which Deacon told me that he likes that game.
Yes.
So
I'm a big Dragon Age fan. I played the first one, Dragon Age Origins. And it was cool. It was a different RPG. And this one, they improved on the fighting style. It's a third person. You can have 4 people in your party, but you can have like 8 people that you can choose from and stuff. That, yeah, right. I mean, it doesn't really, that's just kind of like a cinematic type shot right there. But it does that. It is a huge open worlds with different lands. It's got a great story. You have formed this Inquisition trying to stop this evil guy, this evil lord, and he's got this dragon, and you hunt dragons, and it's just a really fun. It's a really fun RPG, third person RPG game. Like I told JJ on the server, I have played through it twice, and I'm fixing to beat it for the 3rd time because there's.
Are you playing it right now?
Yeah, I'm right almost at the end. There's so many choices that you can do in the game that affects other things in the game. Like you're the Inquisition, you're the Inquisitor, and once you do stuff and rescue people and find, they bring these people back for trial, and you have to decide their fate, and whatever you decide on certain of these people affects other parts of the story.
So it seems like there's such potential to do evil right there.
You could do, well, there's only a certain number of choices, but you can do certain things, and it pisses off other people in your party, and they're not as fair. It's just it sounds like it's in depth, but it's not that really in depth. You can craft your own armor, you can craft your own weapons. It's a great game, and it's absolutely free right now. Go to our server and you'll be able to get the link to it.
And every week there's games, and there's some of them are good, some of them are not great, but right now it's AAA titles all month. So this, and then on Thursday we'll have another one, but come hang out with us. Okay. Joke time. Yeah. You gotta
go first. All right. I accidentally glued my thumb to my index finger the other day when I had the super glue, but don't worry. It looks like everything's going to be okay.
All right. Hey, do you know what sea monsters eat?
No.
Fish and chips.
Oh, okay. That's not
all right. That's the end of the show. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. YouTube.com/@internetdads or rumble.com/internetdads. Please like and subscribe. We'll see you guys later.
Politicians and talking heads lying left and right. You can help us bring facts into the light. Don't let your daughter lose her next swim meet to a psychopath dude with fake teeth. Tune in now to your